Hey guys, so I'm starting on my barrel stove build. Just working on a little bit of time in the evenings, and right now I'm working on the exhaust and a damper. I'm building all my parts: the damper, the doors, all the parts I need for the stove to work properly and hopefully function right. I'm gonna go with a 4-inch exhaust. And what I did is I found some beam support posts for a basement beam. They were cut down to about, there was some 3-foot links left over. I took them to pieces, couple of them I found, and I actually made a bumper for a truck, and I still had a little left over. So I cut a piece down, which is 4 inches around. I want to make a 4-inch pipe, exhaust pipe. So I just cut that down with just a chop saw, concrete freehand chop saw. And then where the beams rest in the walls, they have shims that are a 4x5 plate. They're all different thicknesses, but this one was about an 1/8 inch thick. So I just blew it out round. I traced it out on the plate, and I blew it out with a torch, and I just kept running around the bench grinder and ground some notches in there to where it fits in inside here to make a butterfly to make my damper. What I'm gonna connect, I was worried about finding center on these to get it straight down the center, so I just traced a circle on cardboard and then folded it in half. Made that work out for me to find the center. And then I'm gonna I gotta find the center on this also, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna use that piece of cardboard, get me a mark on both sides, and then I'll set it down on the level table, and I'll just plumb straight down and get me a line straight down both sides, and I'll measure up or down wherever I want the axle for my damper to go. So I took a small piece of rebar. That's what I'm gonna, when I drill this out, I'll fit that through there, and my damper will fit in there with a lot of grind. I did a lot of grinding the other night. I wanted to save you from all that. That's just a bunch of noise and racket, and I'm sure you don't want to watch that, but that'll make my damper once I get some holes through here, and I'll get it set in there. And what I'll do is I did some dumpster shopping today on the job site, and I found several pieces of 4-inch pipe. I got so lucky. The fit is so perfect for this. It just fits just as snug and perfect as could be. It'll work out great. I found an elbow, and I found several short pieces of pipe, which is what I'm gonna do is I'll trim this one out, take these edges off, and I'm gonna slide that down around my butterfly down in there to give it a gap around it, because I got just enough, I got plenty of play in there. But then when I slide the axle through, I'll drop this down on there, and then I'll slide some of this down in around it, and I'll put me a couple spot welds here. When I got that in there, that'll protect it from splatter from the welds, and it'll keep the same gap around it. And then I can just turn the whole piece over and go down here and put me a couple spot welds. And then I'll have pretty much a functioning damper. And I'll trim these off to the size I feel I need. I'll have a handle. I'll make a handle for one side. I think the other side I'll probably end up putting a little compression spring on with a washer well at the end. That way it'll, hold it in place where it just don't flop or whichever. So however I want it turned, it'll stay. So that's about all I wanted to show you today. When I get the damper complete, I'll let you check that out, and I'll be starting on the door. It should be the next part I think I make is the door, which I found some sign posts, like for sale sign type of deals, which is a little 3/4 by 3/4 angle iron. So I'm gonna take that iron and use it to make me a frame for a door, and then I'll just use a piece of some sort of sheet metal to make a door and a latch and a air intake. So I'll see you when I get this complete. Well guys, I finished up the exhaust damper today for the small barrel stove build. I showed you the parts yesterday. I just added a couple washers and a compression spring in here. Got a nut on there, and that helps hold that butterfly anywhere you want it. So I just spot welded that in there, and so that's part one of the barrel stove. I'll add probably a nice little wood knob on there eventually once I get a good burn on and check it all out, make sure everything's gonna work out all right. But next parts I gotta make, I'm gonna make a flame arrestor or a spark arrestor for the stack, and then I also got to make a door, of course, and then we'll probably start putting it all together soon. I'll try to make a part a week or something like that if I can. So there's that one. Just repurposed parts. Thanks for watching, guys.